Hello crew, welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local light worker. I'm a tarot reader and an astrologer. Allow me to be your spiritual guide today as we use tarot and oracle cards to find a clear answer to the question, how are you going to meet the love of your life? So this is potentially an encounter with a soulmate that you may end up marrying, right? So we're looking here at a very important fated relationship in your life. You may have already met this person, so if you are lucky enough to have done so, just listen to the reading and see if what happened in your life already matches with the things I'm seeing here. I have here for you today a choice of 4 different goddesses taken from the Legendary Ladies Oracle, which is linked in my description box below. If you click on the link, it also supports this channel because I have a small Amazon affiliate commission program, so thank you so much for getting something for yourself, but also supporting my work too. I want to thank you guys for your memberships, for becoming my patrons, for the support and love you're giving me on TikTok and Instagram. I have a number of links that you may access in the description box below or in the comment section in ways in which you can get in touch with me for a personal reading as well if you feel so inclined. Also, go ahead and give some love to my other 2 channels, the Eden Nearby, where I post chill, relaxing content about nature, and also my 3rd channel, which is all about astrology, the Spiritual Cosmos. Thank you so much to everyone who is already subscribed and supporting me. So the goddesses that I have here for you are taken from 4 different cultures. I don't know why, but I felt so inspired to pick them. The reason why I chose the goddesses was to keep in theme with Halloween. We are approaching a very special time of the year, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, where the veil between the worlds is thinning, so we can get in touch with spirits. We also need to amp up our protection because there's also a lot of negativity as the light is slowly dying in the world. And I thought it would be such a great way to use this energy to just answer this really important question. I want to give you details. I pulled a large number of cards for you. I already pre-shuffled everything so we can just go straight into the messages. So I'm super excited. I hope you are too. Thank you so much for choosing to hang around with me, for enjoying my energy, my vibe. I also love the fact that you're part of my soul family, and I hope you'll enjoy this reading. So let me introduce to you the options. I have here for group 1 the Egyptian goddess Nut, the goddess of resurrection. For group 2 we have the Polynesian goddess Hina, goddess of the moon and courage. We also have here goddess Hel, the Norse goddess of rebirth. And for group 4 we have the Morrigan, the Celtic goddess of rhythm, but also magic and all sorts of yummy, delicious occult things. So take a moment now to see which of these images inspires you. Let me just focus my camera. There we go. I would strongly advise that you only choose one option. I have here 4 options, so you can have a variety of choices, but it would be good if you just choose one option so that you don't get confused. Some of you may have already met the person that you are meant to be with, so it will be exciting to listen to the reading and to see if some of the details in your love connection match up with what I'm seeing in the cards. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so if things don't really match up, you may actually benefit from a personal reading, and I'll be more than happy to create one for you if you feel so inclined. The second link in the description box takes you to my e-shop, where you can see a variety of affordable readings and also a variety of choices. I want to give you guys options. Okay, all this being said, I hope you have made your choice. I cannot wait to see what the cards have to say at your specific pile about how you are going to meet the love of your life. Hey group 1, hello my darlings. This is a reading for those of you who are drawn to option number 1. We have here the Egyptian goddess Nut. This is the goddess of the night sky, and I'm already picking up on the fact that you may meet the love of your life in Egypt or somewhere around the Middle Eastern region. So this person could be Egyptian, or you may meet them from that region, maybe as you travel there for work, for pleasure, whatever pulls you towards Egypt. I would suggest that you say yes. For a moment I kind of had this hesitation, because I know that at the moment with all the conflicts in that area, you may be a little bit reluctant to travel, but Egypt is relatively conflict-free, so I don't think you should worry too much about this. But I'm here to let you know that if you're thinking about love of your life, meeting an important soulmate, traveling to Egypt may be recommended. I also feel that because you chose a night goddess, this could be a meeting that happens between the two of you at nighttime, and I'm also hearing marketplace. So take a trip to Egypt at nighttime in the marketplace, and I'm sure that you will already have the beautiful ground spot for meeting your soulmate. Now let's see what the other cards have to say. So the cards that I got for you are the 8 of Bats. We also have here the 3 of Pumpkins, the 8 of Pumpkins. That's really fascinating what's happening here. The Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, so Jupiter and Pisces energy. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the Biome, Connection. We also have Action, the Black Horse and the White Horse. And we have house number 2. This is the house of wealth, resources, your body, whatever gives stability, form to your life. So, you may have already met this person when Jupiter was in Pisces. Some of you, maybe this resonates with. You could have already met this person. You may have taken a short trip to Egypt, or you went there for work. And I'm saying work because I see here 2 work cards. We have the 8 of Pumpkins, which is the equivalent of the 8 of Coins, and sitting right next to it is the card of collaboration, establishing new foundations, working with other people to bring a project of yours, a really pragmatic goal into being. Yeah, so hard work. You were hard at work, potentially with a group of people. You traveled to meet somebody there in a specific place. For some of you, it may not have been Egypt, but maybe you worked on a historical theme, because I see here the mummy. So the mummy was the first card that appears here, and usually mummies are associated, you know, the death rites, the death rituals, mummification is usually associated with Egypt. That's the first thing when you think of. So 8 of Bats talks about a situation in which you were deceived. Somebody was lying to you. Maybe you went to a place to work under false pretenses, and you met this love of your life through some sort of work-related, research, academic-prone occupation. Some of you are actually going to meet this person the next time that Jupiter will be in Pisces, so it's going to take a while. There could be a period of about 11 years until you meet the love of your life. That doesn't mean to say that you won't have pleasure or you won't have fun. You don't have to stay indoors and wait 11 years for the love of your life to appear in your life, you know. Please don't live your life like that. That's horrible. Unless you actually like being indoors, you know. I mean, who am I to say what gives you pleasure and what makes you feel good? But I'm keen on letting you know that Jupiter in Pisces has a very important bearing on how you'll meet this person. Jupiter in Pisces also talks about helping you in life with opportunities to travel overseas, because Pisces is the realm of water. Jupiter is about travel, expansion. So you may travel by boat to a certain region. So feel excited about the prospect of actually traveling someplace, because I feel that most of you who were drawn to pile 1, irrespective of the region, you may not travel to Egypt, you may not travel by boat, but just the opportunity to travel to some place is going to get you closer to your soulmate, yeah? So say yes to opportunities to travel, to study, to expand your mind, to even do some charity work, some relief work, some aid work. Jupiter in Pisces is known to exist in the chart of people who are very generous, very kind, very compassionate. They are these people that are constantly engaged in charity and aid work and donate a lot of the things that they earn or the material objects that they acquire. They donate them to other people. They just are very giving, very compassionate. Yeah, so they support a lot of causes. So if you see the opportunity to work abroad and help volunteer to build some wells in a country, or maybe educate some people, or maybe contribute to the rebuilding of an area that was affected by war or conflict, say yes, because that's how you're going to meet your soulmate. Okay, we also have here the Seven of Cups. There's a lot of yearning to be with your lover, but at the same time there's equally the fear. We have the fear card. The Seven of Cups is normally, I mean, not in this deck. I can see that the author associates the watery realm of Neptune and illusions with fear. This is usually the card of a wish coming true, of idealizing somebody, of having a lot of options, but not knowing exactly whom do I want, you know, how could I go forward, which one to choose. So it's a lot about leaving things hanging up in the air. Again, very Neptunian. I feel that most of you will visualize the details of how you are actually going to meet the love of your life. But I am here to say, without a doubt, work and travel are involved. I feel that doing something charitable, spiritual, or going there to study, to improve academically, to do some research, to do some maybe archaeological digging, to collaborate with people that are as passionate about a specific work-related topic as you are. But I want you to know that there will be some deceit. Maybe there will be a problem related to how you get there, to the funding required for the trip. Or you think you're going there for one purpose and then it ends up being something different. I also feel that when you will meet your lover, you will be caught in between potential other options. Like maybe you will leave somebody back home that you think, oh, definitely this is my soulmate, and then you travel potentially to Egypt and you fall in love head over heels and you're like, what's happening? Who am I supposed to be with? The person that you're traveling towards, that's the person that you're supposed to be with. That is, with a very high likelihood, your lover, your soulmate. So I would say that you are going to feel a little bit reluctant to trust your intuition. Your intuition may deceive you around the time when you meet the soulmate. So in a way, if you're able to kind of see this in a detached point of view, the fact that you will be confused about the person in front of you, whether they are the right soulmate for you, that's exactly how you will know that that is your soulmate. So being confused is actually a clue that points you deeper to the fact that yes, you have met your soulmate, if that makes sense. I do see here that things are coming full circle. I see here number 44 as being your significant synchronicity for this reading. Number 44 is a number of foundations, stability, home, family, roots. Again, what we rely upon, what we depend upon in life. I also see here, again, another indicator of something pragmatic, something stable. This is going to be a connection that from the beginning, it's like you're not going to want to let this person go. It will be a long-term, long-lasting connection. This is not a case where you meet your soulmate, but you can't be with them for whatever reason. This is going to be something very solid, very stable. Once you meet them, you both want to be with one another and you will work at the connection and you're not going to leave each other's side. The second house is also ruled by Venus. It is the seat of Taurus. And I see here a very stubborn, very pragmatic, very solid kind of energy. It's like, finally, I found you. I'm not letting you go. Yeah, so I don't know why, but George Clooney is significant. It could be that your soulmate may borrow some traits from George Clooney, may look like him physically. If this is a man, I also feel that it's kind of like his energy more than anything else. So don't get too attached to how George Clooney looks like. Maybe you don't appreciate how he looks like. but there is something there about him, because I feel that he's that kind of a man that got better and better physically with age, and he also seems much more stable and happier with age. So he really aged like a fine wine. So there's that energy potentially that your partner could be somebody wealthier, older than you. Yeah, so a person that when you see them, you're going to think, whoa, okay, this person really took good care of themselves. You're not going to I mean, they could be 44 years old as well, but you're not going to believe the age that they are when they're going to tell you that. I also see that on the 17th of the month, you may meet them. So the number 17 is important. I definitely feel that you guys are going to meet this person through work. So say yes to a lot of opportunities at work, to travel, to do relief work, to do something charitable. Don't hold back. Don't be afraid. Even though there is going to be some confusion, even though there will be some misleading information related to the trip, to the work-related project, to the moment when you meet your soulmate. But I feel that these are mostly related, not necessarily, there won't be something nefarious. I don't think that you are going to be like taken away from your family and sold into some human trafficking situation. No, I'm not seeing something terrible like that, you know. This is more about confusing dates, maybe some like something related to your travel, in the sense that your plane is going to land one day later than it was supposed to. Again, this kind of weird romantic confusion that you may be feeling. You may have already a prospect back home or where you're flying from, and then you go to this new place, you meet the love of your life, and you're like, is this really my person? Because I have somebody back home. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, should I really settle for this person? How do I know for sure? Well, I hope that some of the clues that I've been giving you in this reading are kind of like helping you. So the number 17, a work-related situation, potentially a trip by boat. Yeah, so boats, you see them here. I feel that the moon is going to be in its balanced phase, so it could be the first quarter. That could also be a significant sign. I feel like this person could have light colored eyes, so even if their eyes are brown, they could be light brown. They could also be blue or green. I did say that this person could look a little bit like George Clooney, but the George Clooney kind of hint that came out of nowhere, I think, is more an indication that this person is already quite established in their life. They are independent financially. They have their own job. They have their own savings. You know, this is not somebody that lives with their parents or is struggling financially or is a student. And most likely this person will either be 44 years old or is going to look like they are 44 years old, even though they may be, I don't know, 67. As I said, there's going to be this kind of like weird moment when you're going to be like, what? No way you're this age. No way. You know, like I feel like you're going to be completely surprised. Horses could be involved. So maybe dressage, maybe you may go to a show where you could see some show ponies, or there could be a horse racing situation involved. Or it could just be that you're doing some sort of routine checkup at a farm, at a horse farm. I'm also seeing as well a lot of marine, I wouldn't call them objects, something related to marine biology, an aquarium, a visit to the coastline, looking at marine life. There we go, that's the word I was missing. Yeah, so it could be as well that you may, I feel that you may eat something quite fishy. Maybe you could go out to have some, how do you call it? Seafood. My mind all of a sudden went blank because I actually find seafood really delicious, and I think I'm a little bit hungry. I will have something after this, and I actually have some food, some seafood in my fridge. So yeah. I think that, yeah, you're going to be very hungry. You could be a little bit dehydrated. You may go to, at the market at nighttime to have a bite with your coworkers, and that's how you bump into this person. I feel that this could be the most likely scenario that I'm picking up intuitively from, and also from the cards. There could be a black cat involved, or a statue of the goddess bust that is painted in black. So this could also be an indicator that your person is nearby. There may be some bats as well, yeah? So be mindful of that, because bats can get stuck into the hair, so yeah. Anything else? Somebody could be wearing some overalls or some very interesting shoes and socks. For some reason, this stands out from the card. And somebody could be quite fragile, recovering from a sickness. I don't know why, but this egg-shaped man makes me think of Humpty Dumpty, and Humpty Dumpty was this very fragile being that was sitting on a fence. He fell and he cracked. So there is something here about heartbreak or vulnerability in terms of a person being slightly ill. There could be a silver heart pendant, again, that could be involved, and some sort of withered roses. You're going to see some withered flowers, especially withered roses. So this could take place in a season in which flowers are not really abundant. So it could be in autumn, winter time. Yeah, I think this is it. I think these are all the messages I'm picking up on for you, Group 1. I really hope this helps. Let me know down in the comments what you think. I cannot wait to see my next one. Ciao. Hey Group 2, welcome to your reading. This is for those of you that were drawn to this Polynesian goddess, Hina, the goddess of the moon. She's also representative of courage in the Legendary Ladies deck. And I actually had to Google this because I'm not very familiar with Polynesia, but I'm learning. So I feel that as you can see from this map, maybe not so well. Polynesia includes New Zealand. It also includes Hawaii. It includes, of course, islands such as Tuvalu, Tolekau, Cook Islands. We also have Fiji, Tonga. We have here Vanuatu, New Caledonia, Nauru, Kiribati, Marshall Islands. It also includes a portion of Papua New Guinea, if not all of it. Yeah, so I feel like your soulmate could come from either of these places. So you're dealing here with an individual that could be Polynesian, yeah, could be coming from Hawaii, from New Zealand, from Vanuatu, from Tonga, that part of the world that unfortunately I'm not so familiar with, but I would love to visit one day. So this is a person who, if you are born like myself in Europe, or you come from the north of America, a person that comes from pretty far away, right? Somebody that comes from a culture that has roots that are deeper or further removed than the one in which you find yourself. There could be a real, not to mention geographical, but also cultural discrepancy between the two of you, even in the way in which you look, your beliefs, your basically your social class, and the way you understand gender, the way you relate to nature. There could be a lot of things that initially, when you meet your soulmate, you could think, is this really gonna work out? I mean, ooh, how are we gonna see each other? Even having a long distance connection could be a bit of a problem. However, this is your soulmate. This is the person that you're supposed to be with. So let's see what the other cards have to say. Okay, we got here the 5 of Ghosts. We have the 7 of Imps. And we also have the Strength card. So I'm seeing here some Leo energy already on the table. Very important. I also see Destined to Release, the South Node. Okay, a past life connection. I also see here the Angel of Balance, Libra. Look, the pyramids in the background, and the sliver of the new moon. I'm laughing because Group 1 also had somebody that may come from Egypt. We have here the Star, and this is the Asian goddess Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. Okay, we also have here East, beginnings. Okay, so definitely this person comes from the East. And we have here the Man of Wands, the actor. And we have here, if I'm not mistaken, this is either I think it's a kabuki actor or actress. It's a form of traditional Japanese theater performance. So, a number of a number of energies here on the table. Your person is definitely coming from the southeastern Asian part of the world. I'm picking up on the fact that this person could be anything. Like, you have here a wide array of nationalities. That's why I'm a little bit confused. Maybe you will be confused as well. You could be thinking, really, is this actually happening? Is this really going to be how we get along, how we match? Because I feel that there will need to be some adjustments to be made in your life. I also feel that you may encounter this person during a full moon. I feel that this person is placed on your path as a reminder of your past life energy. I don't know why I'm getting a lot of hesitation, a lot of sadness and confusion. I'm going to tell you what I see, okay? Even though it may feel a little bit hard to hear. I feel that you're meant to meet the love of your life, and unfortunately, as time goes by, you're going to have to let them go. And I feel that a number of these issues, geography, different cultures, different religion, different ethnicity, even a different language. You both could speak very different mother tongues, even though you could get along quite well by using English or, I don't know, Chinese or another language that is high in circulation in the world, Spanish, for example. I feel that eventually you're going to just have to kind of distance yourself from one another. It would be too much. There will be a lot of things coming in between the two of you. Even if you initially will give it your all, you will be very determined, you will decide, yes, you know, I want to do this. I feel that gradually, as the situation moves forward, you will continue to be distracted like I was by my phone screen. So yeah, distractions, all sorts of other pleasures are going to intervene between the two of you. I also see here with the Five of Ghosts, there will be a lot of misunderstandings between the two of you, and I feel that predominantly those of you who are drawn to this deck will meet this person online in some sort of chat situation, online group forum. It could be that you're looking to do online dating, and that's how you meet this person. And I think that initially the closeness between the two of you will be established through talking, through maybe an app. It's going to be quite slow. It's going to be quite slow moving. It's going to be a little bit confusing at the beginning, but I feel like you guys will see great potential. There will be really strong physical attraction between the two of you, and you're going to want to make it work. I feel like this connection is teaching you something important from your past life. In a past life, you could have been lovers, or you could have been enemies, and you are meeting again in this lifetime in order to kind of show that love wins, that you are healing both of your hearts. And I'm seeing here this enemy situation because we have the Five of Ghosts here. So there is some sort of haunting from a past life. You both were orbiting one another, and you had to incarnate in this reality in order to process some of the most difficult lessons. I'm finding it very hard to speak in your reading, and I'm not sure if maybe you are momentarily indisposed, you have to keep silent while you're watching this reading, or whether your connection is going to be one in which you will speak less after you meet, and I feel this is going to be more touch-based. I also feel that the way you're going to meet this person will be just in a pretty casual, random way. As I said, the online environment is very strongly represented here, but I also feel like a teaching situation could be involved. Like, for example, you may need to go study or work for a university, or to teach English as a second language, or something of that nature in a specific part of the world that you wouldn't normally travel towards. Yeah, exactly. Like, you guys are going to correct each other's speech a lot, and one of you will have this teacher relationship and the other one is going to be the disciple. So I'm picking up on somebody who is going to be quite an authority in this connection. This connection is not going to be on the same level of power. One of you is going to be richer than the other one. There will be an age gap. There will be, as I said, maybe even one of you is coming from a resource poor and the other one from a resource rich country. So there will be this slight imbalance in the power that you both wield. One of you is going to adore the other one. That's also what I'm seeing, like with the lion, while the other one is going to want to control the situation. And I feel, unfortunately, that it is that control with the Seven of Imps here, the equivalent of the Seven of Wands, that eventually is going to stifle this connection, because the other one is going to be quite resistant to the control that the other one is trying to get hold of. Yeah, I feel that that's mostly because one of you is quite good looking, quite the star. We have here the star and the strength card. Oof, this is, one of you is very, very good looking, and the other one could become very jealous and possessive. Yeah, so because of the power imbalance, because of the great distance, because of maybe an age gap, you both will ultimately decide to let each other go, but that doesn't mean that you will not have a number of years of fun and pleasure and love between the two of you. I feel that you will remain on good terms nonetheless. So even if you decide to separate, you will still remain on good terms. There's a lot of compassion, there's a lot of forgiveness. There is, at the beginning of the relationship, there will be this mutual plan that you have together. And I feel that for most of you, the plan will be, I'm here to teach you something, you're here to learn from me, and gradually you guys will fall in love. And yeah, group 2, we just got interrupted because I had some storage space issues on my phone. So I feel like you guys will be interrupted. I'm really, really sorry to say this. You know, it doesn't mean that you will not be happy in life. It just could be a case that you meet the love of your life, but you're not actually supposed to get married to them because of this really nasty karmic south node energy. So there will be this instant familiarity, this instant attraction. It's like you will find a home in one another, but there will be things that you feel will hold you back. Like you won't really see such a future with this person after the initial, let's say, 17 weeks of being together with this person. Yeah, so I have a feeling that you will gradually figure this out. It's not going to be something painful like, oh, this person has been taken away from me in a tragic way. It's going to be something, a conclusion, a romantic conclusion you will reach by yourself as you realize, I don't know, I kind of feel like my destiny is pulling me in another direction, while this connection is kind of dragging me back, dragging me to what I know, to what is comfortable, to what I'm familiar with. I know that some of you out there are very happy to stay in your comfort zone. Not all of you are happy or, you know, want to make changes in your life or want to grow necessarily. And that's okay. But I feel that in this particular romantic situationship, it's like Spirit is going to intervene and will place obstacle upon obstacle. And no matter how strong you decide to be, and no matter how combative you are in fighting for this relationship, eventually you're going to both realize, I think that we would do better with other people. You know, I think that we could just make it easier for ourselves. And that's a very mature approach to a romantic connection. And it's not something you should be sad about, because it's much better if you reach this kind of mature understanding of where this relationship could be going or where it may need to end, rather than to get involved in drama and just suffer for years on end and to get involved in all sorts of weird legal battles that drain you of resources and energy. I don't think this is going to be the case with you. There is though this energy of the actor. So I'm picking up on the fact that maybe some of you could have a South Node in Gemini, and correspondently you will have your North Node in Sagittarius. So it could be that life is pushing you both in two different directions, because one of you needs to travel, one of you needs to explore. They can't just hunker down and stay in a committed relationship for most of their life, because their soul wants to travel, their soul wants to have adventures and go and meet a variety of different people. I also feel that one of you may actually be a known celebrity, maybe an actor, maybe a person that has a social media following, somebody that is quite known in their region. And it may be that the requirements of their work, touring, constantly being interviewed, needing to travel for extended periods, that's going to intervene with the capacity to actually see this person and be with them. So a number of issues here that will intervene between the two of you. I'm also seeing here that there will be a kind of karmic retribution happening between the two of you. The new moon is significant. The number 48 is really important. It could be that the love of your life is 48 years old. I also feel that you're going to see 48, the number 48 on the plates of cars around the time when you're going to meet this person. I feel that, yeah, there will be something like a sign that says 48 hours until something. And I feel that that's going to be an indication, because as I said, you will meet this person online. Initially, the first interaction will be mental, it will be detached, you won't have your bodies involved in it. So it could be through a phone call, it could be through some sort of chat, online forum situation. It could be that you may Skype this person, or this person may Skype you, or it could be that this person is Skyping with somebody else and that's the first time when you see them. I see a variety of scenarios here because I'm reading for a large collective, so I can't really say with precision, but feel free to get in touch with me for a personal reading. I do feel that in the beginning there will be a lot of enthusiasm. The third month of the year is going to be significant, so most likely you will meet this person in March. I also feel that this person may be born on the 3rd of March, but yes, and as I was talking, the camera cut off once again. So again, a lot of cutoffs. It could be that you guys will have in your synastry chart, so the two compatible astrological charts between the two of you, you may have some Mars-Uranus, Venus-Uranus aspects. Some of you could have your Mars in Aquarius, others Venus in Aquarius, and there will be these aspects that Venus and Mars are going to make to this rabble-rousers, change maker, the planet Uranus that tends to just cut off connections, cut off the energy between the two of you. Like you have an electric attachment one towards the other, but then Uranus cuts it off immediately, and you could go for weeks or months without hearing from this person, and vice versa. They may not hear from you. So yeah, definitely I'm going to have to wrap up the reading here. I will strongly recommend doing some cleansing with white sage, or maybe some sort of aruda or mugwort, if you're able to burn some incense sticks of that nature, because there is this kind of highly charged electrical vibe I'm picking up for you guys. You may have been spending too much time on your gadgets. You need to ground yourself. You need to go out in nature. I am going to take this advice as well and go for a walk after this reading. So this is what I had for you, group 2. I do apologize for the cut-offs, for the interruptions, but I do think that they point us deeper towards the nature of the relationship that you will have with the love of your life. I'm sending you so much light and love, and if you didn't enjoy this one, feel free to choose another option. Take care until next time. Ciao. Hey group 3, welcome to your reading. This is for those of you who are drawn to the Norse goddess Hel, the goddess of rebirth. She was the ruler of one of the many underworld situations that take place in Norse mythology. On the Tree of Life on Yggdrasil, she was the daughter of Loki, the trickster god. People kind of refer to her as being a beautiful maiden on one half and a deadly skeleton on the other. She was incredibly ruthless as well, and she ruled over a very glacial territory where the souls of those who died not in battle, so those that did not die a heroic death, those that died of disease or natural causes, will enter their realm, her realm rather. Oh, there, interesting. So a couple of things I'm picking up on. First of all, I am doing some cleansing because group 2 had a number of interactions. What is going on with speech today? I lost the capacity to speak clearly in English, guys. Thanks, Saturn over my Mercury. So I'm doing some cleansing because group 2 had a number of interruptions, and I can already tell that it will be foggy. There will be some smoke around the environment in which you will meet the love of your life. This person could be Scandinavian. They could be anything related to maybe Norwegian, Swedish, Finnish to some extent, Danish as well, but most likely Swedish or Norwegian. Or this person, you could meet this person in one of these countries as you're taking a trip, as you're visiting a friend, or you may happen to come from these places, so you're going to meet somebody from your own culture. This person could have blonde hair, and they could be quite detached. They could be quite removed from the pleasures of social life. This could be somebody who's a little bit more somber, somebody who doesn't enjoy partying, is not very much kind of like a celebratory person. Yeah. I also felt the need to say that this person could be on the spectrum in terms of their gender and sexuality. That's why I felt the need to say their rather than he or she. So it could be that this person defines themselves by a number of other unique pronouns. I feel that you're dealing here with somebody that is very fascinating in terms of how they look, their style, how they decorate their bodies. I mean, if you have a look at this card as well, she's wearing this very fine pearl kind of headdress, and you see a skeletal side of her and the maiden side of her with this really dark cherry red lipstick and the hoodie. So it could be that this person is very fascinating. When you meet them, you're not going to be able to forget how they look. They have just this kind of look that makes an impression. It may be that this person is plutonic, so they may have Pluto in the first house. They look impenetrable and kind of cold, but at the same time magnetic, like they pull you in. You want to get to know them. It's like they're very mysterious. You want to get to know their secret as well. You could die trying with the Pluto in the first house. I can tell you from experience. But definitely this person will be instilling some sort of fascination in you. Now let me show you the cards that I have for you. I'm going to continue to burn some white sage because I feel already that your energy is being separated from group 2's energies. So, and I also don't want this reading to interrupt. We have here the house 10. We have the wise owl, and house 10 is ruled by Saturn. It is a Capricornian house, the house of public achievements, our roles in society, the professional legacy we leave behind. It is also considered in some cases the house of the father, although some astrologers disagree with that. Some consider the mother to be very representative of the 10th house. I see it as the house of the father, so let's go with that. Let's see, right now we have the journey card as well, so travel is most likely involved. You guys are my traveling group. Maybe I'm getting a lot of Pluto and Sagittarius in this reading today. We also have here storms, cleansing, and the number 23 is significant. You could be 23 years old when you meet the love of your life, or you may meet them on the 23rd of the month. Yeah. And we also have here disappointment, 5 of cups. We have strength. Group 2 had strength, Leo energy. Let's see. We also have the 10 of pumpkins. We have the emperor, wow, Aries energy. We have the 3 of bats. Yeah. And we also, oh, sorry. Your energy is spilling over onto group 4. Okay, so you could have chosen Hel and Morrigan at the same time. Maybe you're playing along. Maybe it's a Halloween thing. I don't know. It could be as well because Morrigan and Hel have in common the fact that they represent Nordic cultures. So again, an indication that this person could come from the Nordic part of the world, the Nordic part of Europe. Could also be a person that lives in Greenland as well, and Iceland. Maybe somebody from the United Kingdom, somebody from Scotland as well. So there will definitely be a stormy day, a stormy weather outside when you meet this person, and that's actually quite hot. It's quite romantic. I always thought that stormy weather, you know, like in Wuthering Heights, Heathcliff, you know, that kind of a vibe. So yeah, Hounds of Love style, if you know the song. I feel that you will definitely be in motion. You could be in a public mode of transportation. You could be changing from a bus to a tram, from a tram to a subway, from a subway to a car. You're commuting when you will meet the love of your life, yeah? It's going to be a stormy weather, so the chances of you actually taking a public mode of transportation will be increased because it will be ugly weather outside and you just want to rush home or rush to work or to your studies. I feel that initially when you first meet this person, they will carry an air of melancholy and unapproachable energy around them. There will be something quite stern, strict, quite foreboding about them. It's like, you cannot know who I am. You cannot get to know me. I will not speak to you. There could even be a problem here. Maybe you step on their toe, or you cause them some damage. You accidentally insult them, even though you had all the best intentions when you began your day. By the time that you meet the love of your life, there will be some sort of clash, some sort of like nasty energy between the two of you. You will not make a good first impression, just right off the bat. I feel very clearly. I also see that this person may actually be somebody that you work with, and potentially with the 10th house involved here, this could be a boss, a mentor, a professor, somebody that is on a hierarchy with you. So somebody that is a higher up. And it may just well be that you could be late for work due to a stormy situation. And this is what grinds on your boss's nerves, yeah? I definitely feel that this person has, if they are not your boss, they at least have some sort of authority over you and your work. Not over other parts of your life, but your work especially. The awards, the income that you could receive from other people isn't somehow controlled or managed by this person, the love of your life, with the 10th house energy here. They will also give off the vibe of being like one of your parents. So whichever parent you consider to be the one that has laid down the law in your family, the one that is authoritarian, or think about it in this way, the parent that you fear, that is the energy that this lover will also carry, yeah? So, yeah, it could be the mother. You know, in my family, I fear my mom rather than my dad. So there is this energy of thinking through which is the authoritarian parent in your family. Now, with the Strength card here, I see that this will be a connection that, even though you guys start off on the wrong foot, it will progress into something really, really strong and quite enticing as well, very sensual, yeah? With Leo energy here and Strength, this is going to be a physically passionate attraction, and you guys are going to spend a number of hours in the bedroom, if you know what I mean. But initially, and just like the police alarm outside, there will be a lot of alarm, bells, chaos. I feel like even though you may do your best to try to control the way you come across in this situation, something will happen and this person will just kind of like judge you in a very harsh way from the beginning of this connection. It's a very Pride and Prejudice kind of vibe, you know, like you see this person, they kind of raise their eyebrow at you, and then eventually they fall in love with you. So that's kind of the vibration I'm seeing here. There is some sort of third-party situation that needs to be overcome. It could be that this person is trying to divorce or in the process of separating, and it's a pretty messy, it's a heartbreaking situation. Children could be involved, assets, public gossip and scandal could be involved in this person's life, and you are going to enter into this situation, yeah? You see the bat that is just flying into the heart that is already occupied by two other bats, and the cat that has this kind of like energy, right? It's like, I don't like the situation. The Three of Swords is my card of a three-party situation, of a heartbreak, of sadness, of people that communicate in a way in which only causes pain rather than beauty. But eventually I see here somebody who is quite solid, somebody who is financially well established, physically fit and healthy, somebody that is a good decision maker, somebody who takes care of other people, is a protector. I feel that the situation is going to be won in the favor of your lover. I feel that there could even be a child custody battle, and it could be that your partner is going to win the child custody battle, because I see the cat over here and the person is holding protectively the apple. And we see the Ankh, the Egyptian cross, the sign of protection. We see here as well the 10 of Pumpkins, great wealth, great wealth. This is an individual that can provide for you a very cozy, comfortable life. You will not have to worry. materially, financially, you will not have to do without. The 10 of Pumpkins also talks about marriage, so most likely you will marry the love of your life. I'm here to let you know, and most likely this person will be wealthy and well established. So even if initially you will kind of irk this person, even if you start off on the wrong premise with them, even if you work for them in a subordinate employee position, this person will eventually become your spouse. They will choose you. Yeah, so even if there is drama when you meet them related to this third party, related to a divorce, a separation, that's what I'm picking up on, eventually you will be with this person. Yeah, I need to say it, it's been on my mind as I was reading these cards, but I don't know, maybe some of you are really fascinated by the 50 Shades of Grey story, although, you know, I'm seeing a very similar scenario, minus the whole sadomasochistic abuse, you know, whatever happened there with that story, because it's been so criticized as not being a good representative of any of the BDSM community rules and regulations. I don't see this here. I don't see BDSM type of connection, but I see that kind of vibe of, you know, having somebody that is quite powerful and wealthy, falling in love with somebody that is a bit of a subordinate, an employee. And I see this process of you guys falling in love, even though initially you may start off on the wrong foot. Yeah, so take it as you wish. Pride and Prejudice, if that's your thing. 50 Shades of Grey, if that's your thing, minus the whole BDSM aspect. Yeah, I see here, yeah, somebody that definitely is going to kind of intimidate you. Yeah, a very powerful counterpart. The love of your life is somebody you don't want to mess with, definitely. So that's why initially your interactions are going to be a little bit smidged with this kind of tension. I don't think you will be afraid of them, but there will be this feeling of low-key disappointment. Why is this disappointment? I'm trying to look at the energy. There is something here related to purity, because we have this white camellia and then we have the dark red rose in the background. There's definitely the disappointment of not being the first one, the first person and the priority in this person's life at the beginning of the relationship. So I think that this disappointment, this 5 of Cups, has to deal with that. Also, I think that some of you may lose somebody dear to you around the time when you meet this person. So it could be a combination of factors. You needing to work in order to support yourself, you losing somebody dear to you, and then starting off this job. Potentially you may need to travel as well, so you may get uprooted from what you know. You may travel for work, and you're going to have to be very strong and determined in this connection with your boss or mentor or professor or somebody that is somehow a leader, a team manager. And that's going to be kind of like the beginning of this connection is going to be very charged with negative energy. But as you guys get to know one another, it's going to get better and better. And this person will be released from whatever heartbreaking ties they had with another person. They will clean up their energy, their love life. You will be welcomed into it. And together you can have it all. Yeah. I also see a baby here. So you could get the other person pregnant, or you could become pregnant by them. Yeah, it's not that bad, right? All's well that ends well. Thank you so much for listening. Comment down below if you enjoyed this. Yeah, I cannot wait to see my next one. Ciao. Group 4, welcome to your reading. This is for those of you who are drawn to the Morrigan. Yeah, so a really, really important energy here of magic, darkness, the occult, witchcraft. The Morrigan is usually associated with wartime cleaning of corpses. So this is the energy of a goddess that used to step into conflict zones and used to carry the dead, transport the dead into the underworld. The Morrigan is also associated with the tripartite nature of the goddess, with the mother, maiden, crone energy, and she is celebrated in Celtic circles. So right off the bat, I feel that love of your life is somebody who either has Irish or Welsh or British roots, or comes from that part of the world. You may meet them while traveling to Ireland, while traveling to Wales, or England. I see very clearly here that it will be a very dark time of the year, so it may happen anytime around autumn or winter weather. I also feel that in your reading the light is kind of dying out, so I only have a couple more minutes of sunlight. I hope that this reading will not be overtaken by darkness. But you see here the raven, the crow. I feel that this person is quite darkly dressed, could have dark features as well, dark hair. They may like to wear black. They could have tattoos, piercings, something that is related to kind of like getting in touch more with the taboo side of life, being more in touch with the and aware of the darker side of human nature, not being afraid of these kind of energies. Sorry, I just drank some water before your reading and I had to expel some air. Yeah, definitely this person needs to come up for air from time to time because they can be quite intense. With the raven here, I feel that this person could really be fascinated by cemeteries, by death. They could even work in professions related to death. They could work in the crime laboratory department of the police. They could be an undertaker. They may study corpses for medical purposes. There's just this energy of somebody that is not afraid of the more nitty-grittier side of life, of the nastier professions that not so many people may gladly sign up for. But this is what makes your person such a fascinating individual, I believe. So let's see the cards that you have. The World, definitely Saturn, yeah, so achievement, fulfillment. We also have the Queen of Imps, so we have a fire sign woman here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Empress, ooh, okay, so again, Taurus energy. This could be a same-sex relationship, yeah, you could be falling in love with a member of the same gender as you or somebody who identifies with the same gender that you are. We have here Breakthrough, Seven of Worlds. We also have the Hanged Man, Pisces energy, Neptune. We have Change, Wild, Wind, sorry. We also have Financial Constraints. We have the North Node. Wow, okay, destined to be together. So a very different energy than Group 2. Unfortunately, Group 2 were connected by their South Node energies. But in your case, guys, this is a relationship that could be incredibly obsessive. So be mindful of that, because the moment when you meet your lover, it's gonna be on, you know, it's like you're gonna want to spend all of your time with your person. There is an all-consuming kind of energy related to this individual. You see here the head of the dragon. This is Rahu in Vedic astrology. This can be quite a malefic energy if taken to an extreme. So your person could be quite an intense individual that always wants to be by your side. They could invade your private personal space. So boundaries are going to be really important to maintain the health of this connection. I also feel that Uranus is going to play a really big part in your situation. I also feel that you may meet this person when Pluto will be in Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus. So during a time of great change, great upheaval, maybe the boundaries of a country will be redrawn. There will be some economic hardships during that time. That's when you're going to meet the love of your life. I feel like you may meet this person in an environment that is quite old and quite like devoid of modern equipment. Like you may meet this person in a cellar or in an old-fashioned bookstore, in a bar that has been staying there in one place for centuries. There is going to be this kind of like damp smell of whiskey and smoke. There is this energy of very old-fashioned cupboards that creak when you open them. There's a very kind of like a bar in Ireland, in Dublin, during a storm or a windy situation. There's a gale blowing, you know, and you suddenly enter into a bar and you meet your person. Or like I don't know, like things that are coming through. It's like Bleak House by Dickens, you know. That's kind of the vibration. There's just this energy of ghosts, of haunting, of gothic energy, dark academia, you know, like, yeah, I'm kind of having flashbacks of the time that I spent in Edinburgh for 7 years of my life. I lived there and I absolutely loved it. So maybe you are going to be really enthralled by all of these energies. I feel that you may meet this person as you go to study to the UK or Ireland. And it could be that you may have to tighten your purse during that period. You may not be able to earn your income. So you're going to have to live off a stipendium, a bursary, some sort of money that is attached to an institution. So you're not allowed to spend it as you wish, because you always have to justify where that money is going towards. There will be some financial constraints, either in the economical situation, but also I feel like in your own circumstances when you meet this person. This person is going to enter your life like the wind bursting through a window. Really, really powerful energy. From the beginning, there will be this undeniable attraction. You are not going to stop thinking about them, and they will reciprocate in kind. There's this energy of, I would do anything for you. Yeah. Very sacrificial, could be a little bit masochistic, this connection as well. So be careful about attaching the idea of love as pain very strongly to this connection. Unless it's a turn-off or a fetish, I don't know. With the Seven of Worlds, I also see here an individual that could be quite cutting and abrasive in the way in which they speak to you. You are constantly going to feel like they want to take from you and you want to give to them in a compulsive way. It's going to be very hard to separate from this person. I'm going to let you know from the beginning, because with the North Node here, this person is part of your destiny. So how they are, it could be that their sun is falling on your North Node. So check in your birth chart, in what sign and in what house do you have the North Node, because your lover, the love of your life, has their sun there. So it could be that you have a North Node in Leo in the 7th house. So this person may be a sun in Leo touching upon your North Node, and you will constantly crave their light, crave to be with them. And you would go to great lengths to sacrifice a lot of things just to be with them, just to fulfill this destiny. And I feel that this person could often maybe hide some things from you with the Seven of Swords here. There is an energy of a person that is quite hardworking, wants to build things with you, but at the same time may withhold information from you as a means to kind of get you to do what they want. Yeah, there's a stubborn energy about this person. They will nonetheless adore you with the Empress. I do feel that on the day when you meet, there could be some sort of celebration of the commemoration of a princess or a queen. Definitely, yeah. Taurus season could be involved. The number 13, the number 12 are also important, and the number 24. Some of you are going to meet the love of your life when you will be 24 years old, or this person is 24 years old. We also, yeah, the Queen of Imps. As I mentioned earlier, the love of your life could not be a man necessarily. This may be a woman, a very confident Leo, and I'm saying Leo because we have the Strength card here. No, sorry. I'm kind of getting the energy of the other group. I feel like you're here from group 3. Group 3 and group 4 have very weak boundaries between them. But I am seeing here Taurus. Taurus is significant. We have Saturn as well. So this is a connection that you are going to have to face your fears in order to get closer to this person. You're going to have to spend time relating to them, talking to them, doing things with them, so that you understand that it's safe. It's okay to love. It's okay to be with this person, even if initially you're going to have this powerful attraction which will overwhelm you. Yes, I feel you are going to meet this person during a period when Pluto will be in Aquarius and Uranus will be in Taurus, because we have Taurus energy here and we have the wind, this chaotic energy which I associate with Uranus. So this means in the next 2 years, from the moment when you watch this reading, because Uranus is going to switch into Gemini in 2026 and you are no longer going to have this vibration anymore of Uranus and Taurus. So yeah, wow. This has been more precise than I expected it to be. There could be some issues with your throat when you meet this person, because I'm getting like a raspy neck. Nourishment, water, emotions. It's going to be quite an emotional connection for the both of you. One of you could have the moon, Luna, conjunct the north node of this person. So this relationship is going to be really emotionally intense, but also pushing you to grow. So there could be this whirlwind romance that you have with this person, but most likely you are going to end up together with them. With the World card here, you both mean so much to each other, and you're going to constantly want to keep coming back to one another, no matter where this relationship will take you, to what heights. And even though initially I feel that there will be these financial constraints, eventually in time you guys are going to become wealthier with the Empress here. And it could be most likely that you are going to grow in your skills, in your expertise. You're going to get a really good job after your studies. And I feel like this is how you are going to contribute to this connection. Okay. Wow. It's a really kind of like dark and moody atmosphere because the sun is almost set. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. Sorry, I had so many blocks in trying to speak. I'm having the planet Saturn transiting over my Mercury, and it's a daily struggle to show up and give you guys these readings. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being patient with me as I'm going through this transit, which I hope will never come back into my life because I'm struggling so much with it, seeing as I love to talk, I love to communicate, and my Libra ascendant is heavily annoyed by a Saturn in Pisces. But anyway, I hope that this helps, and I'll see you in my next one.